What's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. My name's Devin, and I'm going to be doing an alternative broadcast of the Dodgers game. It's the Cubs versus Dodgers. We're playing at home. Gonna be sweet. And the Dodgers are up 1-0, and we are in the bottom of the 6th inning, and Muncy is up right now. And he's going up against Rosario, the pitcher for the Cubs. And we recently played the Cubs, so I should know these people a little bit more. But this is going to be a great game. Thanks for coming. I know nobody's here yet, but people click on the videos, they got to see this. So if this is your first time here, have an open mind. Think about it like radio if you can't get to a TV. And it's 2-0 to Muncy. And it's a little crazy that the Dodgers have only scored 1 run. Because usually they score way more than that. But who knows, maybe they're leaving guys on base. Maybe the pitching for the Cubs was doing pretty good. And I know Maeda started for the Dodgers, and just good to see he can go all these innings without giving up any runs. So that's pretty sweet too, but 1 run is just not going to be good enough. And here's the 2-1 pitch from Rosario that swung on, and a chopper to the center field, but the shortstop caught it. And the shortstop made a great play. And that's 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And I'm watching this on NBC Sports Chicago. So I'm watching this on the NBC. I know what, I think this is on ESPN tonight, so I probably should be watching this on ESPN. But I get the GBS, I can see where the balls and strikes are, and Jesus is up to bat right now. So things could go really good right now. He's batting .252. Steps in there, here's the pitch, swung on, and that is going to be a line drive to right center field, but it just drops. So that's going to be a hit, and Turner's at first. And that is exactly what Jesus would do right there. Just get on base, get the buzz going in the dugout. And here comes Cody Bellinger, who is very capable of hitting home runs, except he's 0 for 2 tonight. He's batting .237, 15 home runs, 38 RBIs. He's been starting to heat up a little bit as of late, but definitely a little bit of a disappointment this year. Not saying he's doing bad, but he was a rookie last year, and he came out gangbusters. And I will say that he's definitely a little slower his second year. Oh, that's going to be ripped to left center, and that was like the mere opposite of what Turner did. And Turner's going to come home. There's going to be play at the plate. Jesus is out. Jesus is out, and we're going to have... That was ripped to left center, and the left center fielder bobbled it. So they challenged him big time, and they threw him out. So, but at least Bellinger's going to be at third. Let's take a look at that replay. And that was just a good throw from Baez. Is that Baez? And he was out, I think. Man, Turner maybe just a little bit too slow. And yep, he got hit right on the head. And it was kind of an awkward play from the left fielder on the Cubs. And he just tripped and fell and over his own feet. But ended up getting the ball anyway, and then threw it to the cutoff man. And then the cutoff man wasn't even the best throw, but this guy, the catcher, was able to get the out. Who's that guy? Gimli something. And now we got somebody coming out for the Cubs, and we're going to commercial break. There's going to be a pitching change with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning, and that was just super annoying. But Turner, he was out at the plate, and we challenged the left fielder, but he was definitely out. So we're on commercial break. One person's here. What's up, man? Doing the Dodgers game. So that's a little disappointing. But I don't even know what was happening in the game before this. So I can't really. So far, it's been a fun game. Played the plate, but that was just such a good rip. It was like Turner, who's a righty, hit it to right center field, like right in between the gap, perfect line drive. And then Bellinger came up right after him, who's a lefty, swung and hit the exact same hit, but to left center. Like it was like boop, boop. So just some good hitting. And who knows, maybe last year Turner's got a bit more speed. He's getting up there in age. He could have been safe. And we're still on commercial break. And I guess I should find this on... I wonder if I can see it, get it on ESPN. So I'm going to see, maybe I should get this on ESPN. Nope, I think this is Spectrum. Nope, now I'm watching it on Spectrum, and this is Nissan. And we got an advertisement for Nissan at the press box, the Vin Scully press box. And they had what looked like memorabilia and artifacts up on the wall. And it's definitely a good time if you go to, Anthony Bass. I remember this guy. We'll just call him Tony. And he's 8 games, and he's pretty average. And we got Schwarber. I remember him too. He was kind of annoying. Out in left field. They got the camera on him for a long time. He's just walking out. It's still on him. He must have done something wrong. You know, they only keep it on you that long if you've done something wrong. If it was a highlight, they would have shown the highlight by now. And he's definitely pacing around. And you know what? I don't know what's going on right now. But they're putting the highlight on Schwarber still. And here's Matt Kemp. He's 0 for 1 on the night, batting .316, 13 home runs, 47 RBIs. And you know what? Him and Grandal are the only people that are doing anything. Check swing. And that's going to be 3 outs. It was a ground ball to the pitcher, and Kemp is out. Check swing on the very first pitch. And we are going to the top of the 7th inning. Dodgers are up by 1. And we are going to another commercial break. So what's up, guys? If it's your first time here, think about this like radio. If you can't get to a TV. I'm watching Spectrum with no sound. I'll tell you exactly what's going on. And if it's your first time, leave a comment. Just say what's up. We can get the conversation going. I wanted to talk about Jurassic Park tonight, but I actually didn't see the movie yet. And what's weird is I thought everybody was going to want to see it. And I can't find anybody that wants to go with me. And, you know, going to Jurassic Park by yourself does sound pretty fun. But, you know what? I'll see it this weekend. So can't talk about Jurassic Park yet, but I'm not hearing good things. And the internet is so, this one, to me, seems very one-sided. Just in terms of the reviews and the overall pulse of the movie. It seems a little one-sided. Like, it's like running like 10 to 1 people that don't really like it that much. And then the people that like it a little bit are like, you know, it made all this money. Still on commercial break, and I'm rambling. Oh, Gino Frappuccino. What's up, man? Thanks for saying hi, Gino. If it's your first time here, my name's Devin, and I'm going to give you a play-by-play of the Dodgers. Don't ask me why. It was a dispute with Spectrum. You know what? Maybe I took it too far. But I don't like Spectrum. But they're giving me some pretty good internet right now. So I'm going to stop complaining. Because sometimes they just slow me up. And we're still on commercial break. And I think because this is on ESPN, less people are going to come to YouTube. So, you know, that's always a disappointment when it's on ESPN. They're just stealing all my views. But happy to do it. And now we're back. Spectrum, top tier cable company that, you know, they don't treat Dodgers well. Doing Dodgers highlights. And you know what? These video packages are pretty sweet. And here's Maeda. This is like the first time I've seen a starter in so long because I only do the second half of the games. This is exciting. Strike 1. Outside bottom corner. That was a perfect pitch. Anthony Rizzo is up right now. Batting .235, 12 home runs, 50 RBIs. And I'll put this guy on the Mets. It's 0-1. And that's a ground ball to second. And Jesus, playing second base, throws him out. So that is 1 out. And that's what I like to see. And also probably why this is a 1-0 game. So, Maeda, keep it up, dude. because you know what, our starters need to start stepping it up. We're halfway through the season. You know what? Enough digging around. You guys got to come in. You got to stay healthy, and they just got to pitch better. And here's Javier Baez batting .267, and you know what? None of these guys are too scary. Let's take a look. The Cubs are 42-33, and the Dodgers are 41. These teams are even, 41-35. So I think we're up. Evenly matched teams, and wow, number 9 just pulled his head out so huge on a slider. Like, literally had an impossible chance of hitting the ball. And now, what's his face? Baez steps out of the box, puts dirt all over his hands, and he trolled Maeda a little bit. Huge swing, strike 2, and it's 0-2. And Baez is not looking too impressive. He was definitely going for the home run. And we got swing and miss percentage this season. Tonight he's at 18%. So I don't even know what that means. But Maeda is doing pretty good, and I like to think of Ken and Ryu. We got Maeda, who's Ken, and then we got Ryu, who's Ryu. Ken and Ryu from Street Fighter. And, you know, Ken's doing good tonight. Here's the pitch, strike 3. And Baez had no chance. Maeda is just throwing some dirtiness up there. This is in the top of the 7th. And that slider is sliding. Way to go, Kenta Maeda. And he's got, look at this. We got, for some reason it says 6.2 innings pitched and a 3.46 ERA, but there's no runs. Way outside, so it's 1-0. And here's Kyle Schwarber. He's 2 for 2 with 2 singles, batting .240, 15 home runs, 36 RBIs. He jacked a really deep home run off of somebody recently. He can jack home runs every once in a while, but those numbers were not impressive. And Maeda is 2-0 right off the bat. That was in the dirt. And you know what? I think Dave Roberts is gonna know exactly when to pull Maeda when it comes down to it. And we got so much bullpen now. You can just throw in Alexander, throw in what's his face, Fields, and then we got that new guy, Edward Pardes. Strike 1. That was a huge swing and a miss on a curveball. And Maeda is just in the zone tonight. Wow, they just showed us what that pitch did with like the GPS, and that one was dirty. You don't see them curving that much. And Maeda is impressing me right now. I haven't seen this kind of athletic ability in a long time. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Huge swing and a miss. And that was on the outside corner and probably a perfect pitch. That was like that was a crazy curveball and then outside slider. And Schwarber just has no chance. 2-2. Maeda's got all the control in this at bat. Just give him the fastball. Here's the pitch. Low something. Strike 3. And Maeda is yelling. That thing was in the dirt, and that was dirty. I think that was his... I don't understand how that thing could go 85. I don't know what kind of a pitch that was, but that was some impressive pitching from Kenta Maeda. Holy crap. And we are going to the bottom of the 7th inning. So I'm definitely thinking oh, here we go. People are here. Gino Frappuccino, I have Spectrum. You know, well then you're with me. And you know what? If you're on the internet and you go to their website and you're like, oh, I pay for Spectrum. Go to the website, watch Dodgers. This never seems to work that well. So let's hope you're watching it on a TV. And that's something that I probably need to do. Nice strikeout. Gaming Monster lays go. Yeah, we got to get going. 1-0 is not going to cut it. But a good thing Maeda's doing good. There's Will. What's up, Willer fans? How's it going? That's a 10-year-old YouTuber. And then Gino Frappuccino going tomorrow for Kike bobblehead. Why go to a Dodger game if they're not giving away bobbleheads? You know, just pick the ones with the bobbleheads. That sounds like the best thing that you could do. So, good thinking. Probably got some brains. And thanks for coming. Oh, damn it, Will. I am so sorry about that. Willer is now 11. He turned 11 like a couple weeks ago. And you know what? When you're 10 and 11, that makes a big difference. But yeah, how's it going, Will? Why are you up so late? 9, 10, 11. You're up a little bit late for an 11-year-old. Maybe at 11, maybe at 12 you can go to bed at midnight. I forget what time I was going to sleep, but it was definitely always a sticking point with my mom. Oh, and it's summertime. Dude, you can stay up as late as you want. Let's get you some video games. Get you some pizza. You can do it. It's summertime. And here comes here we got Yasmani Grandal. We're back to the game, people. Thanks for coming. Leave some comments. Keep going. Watch Willer's videos. And but we're back to the game. It's 1-0. Here's the pitch. Fastball, low, ball 1. And that was 94 miles an hour. And maybe a little bit difficult to hit. I'm not sure. But this guy, Anthony Bass, he's not that good. Here's the pitch. Strike 2. And that was right on the line. And perfect. So it's 1-1. Tony gets the sign. Here's the pitch. Strike 2. And that was a huge swing and a miss. Grandal's pissed at himself because you know what? He just pulled his head out on that one. It wasn't even close. Kind of looked foolish. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Huge swing. That's roped to left field and gonna be an out. And here comes Kike Hernandez, who for some reason can hit home runs but can't do anything else at the plate. And he just jacks him out these days, and now they're giving him the Arco top tier play. And he's up to bat right now. We can definitely use another one. And I did the Mets game like a couple nights ago. And it turns out the Dodgers had 7 home runs. All solo home runs in the same game. And I saw a lot of those. And he grounds out already. That's 2 outs. And this might be one of the fastest streams ever because these guys are going fast. A look ahead for the Dodgers' next 20 games in Southern California. You know what? These graphics are always hard to understand. First game of a 10-game homestand, 4 against the Cubs, 3 against the Rockies, 3 against the Pirates, and then 3 at the Angels. The next road trip, we're playing the Angels, but luckily that's not that far. So that kind of counts as a home game, but I don't know how that could happen. And then I've never even heard of that. And then now we got.
Watch the inside of it?
Yeah. You know what? I watched it. Back in the sink. I guess I didn't wash it enough. And I think Maeda might be done for the night. Now he's kind of got a shirt on. And you know what? Let's just bring Jansen in. Oh, and here's Yasiel Puig. Up to bat. It's 0-1. Here's the pitch. Over the plate, swung on, and popped up to shallow right field or center field. And that's 3 outs. Is that 3 outs? That's 3 outs. And we're going to the top of the 8th inning. And the Dodgers are up 1-0 on commercial break. No, I'm in California. Is Kemp playing? I don't have cable. Yeah, Kemp is playing. And he was just at bat just recently. And he did a little check swing thing. And it was a grounder to the pitcher. And it was, you know what? It was pretty weak. It was the first pitch. Just a check swing. You know what? We can't hold it against him. Kemp is playing. I live in California. I do play-by-play tomorrow. Yes. Go to his channel. Will is the 11-year-old YouTuber that also does sports play-by-plays. You know, it's kind of a club on YouTube now. And yeah, he also does it. And you got to check him out. Just go to his channel. Just click around. And there's loads of people doing sports. Sports Fury is the best. Will, you got to check out Sports Fury's channel today where they did all they did was mock NFL drafts, fantasy drafts on ESPN website. Ludwig! Ludwig! Definitely barking at somebody. There's Ludwig. That's what you get for barking. Now you're on YouTube. Say sorry. It's just people outside. No big deal. There we go. There's Ludwig. Oh, goodness gracious. What are you barking, Ludwig? No bark. There we go. Now I'm back. Luckily, we're still on commercial break. But Will, go check out how they did just mock fantasy drafts with the people that were watching in their audience. It was pretty sweet. And just a way to come up with content. Something to do. And the dog is definitely going a little crazy for something outside. Coming up next, now we got an advertisement for Access Sports Net Dodgers coming up next. And that looks pretty boring. You know, just no more Garcia Parra and people dressed up in suits talking about baseball. So boring. Top of the 8th inning. This is a great game. And who's this guy? Alexander. He's a lefty, and you know what? He's solid. You gotta feel pretty confident with him in the game. Kenta Maeda is getting high five from everybody. 84 pitches, 7 innings, 3 hits, 9 strikeouts, and that is a top tier effort from Maeda. But I guess the pitcher can't get the top tier play because that was the home run from Kike. But it looks like, to me, Kenta Maeda so far is the MVP of the game. That's a pretty sweet pitching. And Alexander, he's pretty sweet. He's like a little bit better than average. Gets the job done. He's very tall. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Ball 2. That was 96 miles an hour. And here's Scott Alexander. He's 1-0, 3.58 ERA, 32 innings, 16 walks, 26 strikeouts, and only 1 home run. So that's pretty good. And that's going to be a base hit though. And it looks like Scott Alexander just left one out over the plate. And whoever that guy was, never even seen him, never even heard of this guy, just got a base hit. And now we got the Twiggy Bank. Saturday, June 30th, Rockies versus Dodgers. You have to get that. The Twiggy Bank. It's probably a piggy bank where you put your money, but it's of Pui, and it's the Twiggy Bank. And he's sliding into the base. And you know what? Had that been yesterday, he tried to steal and got thrown out. And he got a huge jump, and he still got thrown out. But anyway, I'm sure in that one on the Twiggy base, or the Twiggy Bank, I'm sure he's safe. But that graphic reminded me of what happened yesterday, and he was definitely thrown out. Here's the pitch. Bottom corner. And called a strike. So it's 0-1. Now we got a shot of Muncy, and now Kike Hernandez. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That is ripped. That's going to be a base hit. And is he going to get more bases? Nope. The guy at first, Contreras, just got a hit. And they didn't even have time to show me their names. And those 2 guys were on base. I don't even know who the hell those 2 people are. So just like that, really quickly, the Cubs have 2 people on with no outs. And Alexander's got himself into a bit of a jam right now without even trying. And now there's a meeting going down at the mound. And I don't know what they're talking about. And here comes Muncy. Bellinger's last one in. And he, right as soon as he shows up, he kind of goes, "Yep, way to go," and then does it. Bellinger is definitely the stoner of the group. He might not smoke weed, but he acts like the stoner. During the game, though, he's always ready. But the way that he approached that meeting and then left the meeting was exactly what a stoner would do. And Dodgers bullpen since May, 12-5 record, 2.6 ERA, and that's pretty good. And it's just amazing how good. It's because Dave Roberts is always taking people in and out. It's so hard to tell who's doing good and who's not. Like as a group. And here's Addison Russell batting 274. And this isn't the best situation right now for the Dodgers. I'm not going to lie. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled away. Addison Russell looking very excited to be going up against Alexander. I think he likes the matchup. And somehow, Alexander is sweating already. And Addison Russell is looking very fresh. In, you know, in comparison, if you're doing the side-by-side right now, you'd be like, you know what, I'll bet on that guy. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball to Kike. And they're not going to be able to get a double play. But they're going to get one out. Man, I gotta work on my learning how to do the play-by-play of baseball. But it happened so fast. It was a ground ball to the shortstop. Kike throws it over to second, but Muncy can't turn two. So now there's runners at first and third with one out. And, you know, Kike, maybe he should have done a little better throw, but Muncy, who knows? But that would have been a good situation at turn two. That's like that little number is a number to the shortstop. And here's Albert Almora Jr. batting .318, 3 home runs, 21 RBIs. And that's pretty good on base percent or pretty good batting average, but his numbers aren't huge. But all he needs is a base hit, so that's no good. And that's going to be ball one on the bottom outside corner. And that was a perfect pitch from Alexander, but called a ball, but it was actually on the corner perfectly. Here's the pitch. Swung on. That's going to be a grounder to... Are they going to be able to turn two? They turn two. They turn two. And that is 3 outs for the Dodgers, and they're out of it just like that. Alexander kind of got lucky there. But he did get the guys to ground out twice. Or to hit ground balls twice. But yeah, there we go. And Spectrum Sportsnet. Oh, commercial break in progress. I might do it tonight, play-by-play, on what games. It might be a little bit too late to do play-by-play at this point. Who was it? It was the girlfriend outside doing laundry. Ludwig was barking, waiting at the door the whole entire time. Oh yeah, barking at the neighbor? That makes a lot of sense now. Are you supposed to interact with the neighbors? Yeah, well, Ludwig doesn't like them. Yeah. On commercial break. What do you guys want to talk about? If you guys watch Dan the Lakers fan, go to my channel. He's one of my like videos. Dan the Laker fan. He basically called that the Lakers were going to be getting LeBron and Paul George. But he said he had a bunch of reasons for calling it that way in a row. Like a lot of stuff that made sense. So if I was going to have to bet on it right now, I think the Lakers are going to get LeBron. It just makes so much sense. And I guess there's a huge announcement today that their ESPN is doing like a 3-part miniseries on Paul George. And I guess it just doesn't make a lot of sense that Paul George would do that with ESPN unless he was, you know, not staying on the same team, you know, going to the Lakers. Like, it's just a perfect piece for ESPN. This guy's going home to play for the Lakers. So if you put a bunch of stuff in a row in terms of what's going on, everyone's saying LeBron's coming. So that is pretty sweet. But that is all speculation. But to me, that's a smart speculation. Kike Hernandez bobblehead. Presented by San Manuel Casino. Cubs versus Dodgers. So Kike Hernandez bobblehead is tomorrow. And look at that. You were right. In the chat. That is awesome. Let's take a look. That was going tomorrow for Kike bobblehead. Gino. You know what? You're not a liar. Tomorrow's Kike bobblehead. They just put it on the thing. That is awesome. and have a good time. You know, yell really loud. And because the sound is not on, I won't be able to hear you. But if you just, you know, make a fool of yourself and then say that was me, that'll be a lot of fun. Or just catch a ball, do something cool. I'll be looking. That's what I'm saying. And looking like Dodgers are getting pretty good sales. Oh, that's Taylor just hits that one really hard. Taylor just hit a home run. Right off the bat, Chris Taylor just hit a home run. I cannot believe that. Did not see that coming. And that thing was just completely jacked. And the Dodgers go up by another run here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And this game could be over extremely fast now. And now we got shots of drunk girls dancing in the crowd. Not the best dance moves in the world. Those were a bit embarrassing. It was only like 2 of the 4 girls actually dancing, and they weren't the best moves. And anyway, great home run. And that thing was just dead to center field. It had a little bit of a fade on it. Like if you're playing golf, it would start on the left side of the fairway and just kind of fade a little bit. That was a perfect home run fade shot. That's his 9th home run this season. And the Dodgers are beating the Cubs right now.
Ew.
It's always good when the Dodgers lose. But if the Dodgers win and the Cubs lose because they're playing each other, that's the best. And here's Peter Smith. Jock Peterson. And it swung on and fouled away. And warming up in the bullpen is Kenley Jansen. And this could be over very quick, people. 2-run lead is all we need. And Taylor finally doing something, because other than fielding, he has not been doing shit. Here's the pitch. Over the plate, swung on and fouled away. And it's going to be 1-2 to Jock Peterson. And he's one of those guys that can hit a home run at any time as well. And now they got a shot on Yasiel Puig, who I hear is doing a little bit better these days, but still those numbers are not good enough. But still, Yasiel Puig is my favorite player. Here's the pitch. Way outside, but called a strike. And that was way outside. And Jock Peterson knows that he got screwed. And now we're looking at the Dodgers calendar, and we got 3 Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday against the Cubs, and then we got Friday, Saturday, Sunday against the Rockies. So this is a lot of Dodger games against only 2 teams in a week. And no wonder they're able to play so many games per season. That was 6 days in a row. That's crazy. Well, I guess all they're doing is really just standing around, so that makes it different. But here's the pitch to Muncy, and that's 0-1, strike 1. And once again, that was outside the strike zone, low and outside, but the umpire just keeps on calling that. Here's the pitch. And that is hit to the second baseman. The second baseman catches it. So that is 2 outs. And here comes Jesus. Jesus is up, and is that Madden? Is the coach for the Cubs Madden? I'm pretty sure that that's Madden. I don't know who I recognize him. Kind of forget his name, but he's walking out to the mound. And I think he's pulling, who knows what's good. He's pulling him out. He's pulling him out. I'm going to get some water real quick. And the Cubs are going to put somebody else in. We're on commercial break. So has anybody seen Jurassic Park yet? Philly 500, what's up, man? Yo, everybody. How you doing? Devin, what's up? Philly 500, if you're still here, what's up, man? Thanks for stopping by. I'm doing the end of the Cubs game against the Dodgers, and it's been very, very fast. And the Dodgers are winning, looking pretty sweet. If you're still here, can you get your friends and shout me out? Of course I can shout you out. You just gotta keep, everybody go to Will's channel. Go check it out. Go take a look at his content, and then subscribe. And then when he's doing a play-by-play, watch, and he can be doing Giants games. And you know what? I think the last one was a Giants game. So yeah, go watch his channel. And I can definitely shout you out, Will. I mean, you're 11 years old. And yeah, if you're still awake, thanks for coming by. But yeah, there's Sports Fury. Maybe you got to do like when you do a fantasy draft. Will, if you're still here, do a fantasy draft on and video. People like it. It's a pretty good idea for content. And now we're back on commercial break, or back from commercial break, and they're showing us all these gold gloves somewhere at Dodger Stadium. You know, it looked like historical artifacts and memorabilia. A lot of golden gloves. And here's Justin Hancock. 9 games, he's 0-0 with a 1.5 ERA. And you remember the movie Hancock, Mr. Hancock? With man, what's the guy's name? Mr. Hancock? With the guy from Fargo? Man, that's really gonna bug me. Billy Bob Thornton. Thank goodness I thought of that. And first pitch to Turner is outside, and it's 1-0. And I can totally imagine them not really wanting to put one over Justin Turner's wheelhouse right now, because everybody knows that is Jesus. Here's the pitch. High fastball, and he popped it up. And thank goodness that's going to go foul. And he definitely didn't catch up to that fastball. And maybe we're only halfway through the season. He's back from injury. You know, he's warming up slowly. He's slowly boosting his what he's doing. And his numbers don't look amazing so far, but I think he's just playing it slow just to make sure he's good for the playoffs. Because it's just a lot more over the plate, swung on. That is hit very hard. Very hard. Please be that's fair. Or that's foul. And that was almost a home run, but a little bit foul. Down the left field side. And that was just a beautiful swing. Kind of looked like he was hitting a pitching wedge. It was just like an inside pitch, and just boom, just hit like a pitching wedge. And but he pulled it a little bit left. And you know, that would have been in the bunker had that been a pitching wedge. Here's the pitch. Swung on, and that's popped up. And that's going to be 3 outs. And we are going to the top of the 9th inning. This could be over right now, people. And see, this is what's been going on. This has been like the fastest game, even with loads of pitching changes and commercial breaks. It's still almost over. And Kenley Jansen is coming in. And anytime you're watching Dodgers games and Kenley Jansen is pitching, that's always good. And it just made the whole thing worth it. D. Martinez, who just hit. That was Turner, and he just popped up. Philly 500, I'm great. Thank you. Dude, I watched it was so annoying. I was watching the Fury 500 mock draft today, and then I was watching at the beginning, and I saw what they were doing. And I'm like, oh man, this is a good idea. So then I get on my computer, do the whole thing on the ESPN, get a team, and then when the second one was coming up, they even said beforehand it's going to be a 12-man preference PPF, whatever it was. They said exactly what they were going to do. And then I looked, and then I saw anyway, I ran out of internet. And then I couldn't find it. And it was so annoying. And I even kind of guessed the one that they're going to go to. Anyway, and then I was at that lobby, and I was like, you know what, should I just click in this one anyway? I mean, can you do, I was like, and sure enough, it was the right one. But anyway, I missed that. It was kind of annoying. But I'm definitely going to want to get one of those later. And D. Martinez, thanks for coming. Philly 500 here. Gino Frappuccino. And he's going to the game tomorrow. And it's going to be Kike bobblehead night. And he's been getting so many home runs. If anybody deserves a bobblehead, it's Kike Hernandez. It's crazy how he can be so small and just hit home runs the way he does. It just seems like physics shouldn't allow it. But he just doesn't give a shit. He just swings as hard as he can. And for a little guy, it's kind of a good strategy because he's also going to walk kind of a lot. But, you know, he's got to get some better batting average. Batting average maybe a little bit low. But I would be very happy to have Kike Hernandez bobblehead. And since April 22nd, Kenley Jansen 17 for 17 on saves with a .96 ERA. That's pretty much unhittable. And I will say that the only times he ever does get hit, it's a home run. 34 games, he's 0. I mean, these numbers are weird. But he's doing really well. Here's the pitch. Way outside, ball 1. And this is the Kenley Jansen that we know and love. We had him all year last year. It was great. He got off to a slow start this year, but now he's back on track. And 17 for 17 and saves in a row. That is amazing. Here's the 1-0 pitch. A little bit outside, swung on and popped up. And that is going to be out number 1 here in the top of the 9th. And we are now 2 outs away from the Dodgers beating the Cubs. And Hayward didn't do anything. Just popped it up. And Kenley Jansen's looking pretty confident. And Turner is smiling. He's got what would be called a shit-eating grin. And Forsythe just spit in his glove, just kind of trying to loosen it up a little bit. That was weird. I mean, if you're gonna spit anywhere, spit on the ground. No reason to spit in your glove, Logan. Here's the pitch. Oh, but that's gonna be swung on and a base hit up the middle. And number 18 got on base for the Cubs. And Jansen, it was like a shot right up the middle, and then whoever was playing second base dove for it. It hit his glove, but he probably wasn't going to get there anyway. So, anyway, I don't know if that counts as an error, but there's a guy on first right now. And here's Anthony Rizzo batting .234, 12 home runs, 50 RBIs. That's a terrible batting average. What's going on with him? But he does get RBIs. And this would be a very bad time. I mean, I'm very confident in Jansen. I mean, there's 1 out. Here's the pitch. Strike 1. This umpire is just killing it on the balls and strikes. He's got, other than 1 bad mistake, he's been very consistent. And it's 0-1. Rizzo definitely looks nervous. And, uh-oh. Jansen just did a balk, I think. And now that guy's over at second base. Oh, maybe that was yesterday. I think that might have been a replay. And if they're showing us a replay, nope, I think that just happened. That was not a replay from yesterday or the last game. That just happened. It must have been a balk. And Jansen threw it over to first, and then it was a balk. So Zobrist is at second. Luckily, that run doesn't really mean that much. Here's the pitch. Way outside, and it's 1-1. And that wasn't even really close to the strike zone. But I do think that the Dodgers are still major favorites to win because there's 1 out. Here's the pitch. Over the plate, huge swing, strike 2. And that was a huge swing and a miss. Like, as big as they come. And of all the ones that he probably could have hit deep, that was it. But he just totally whiffed it. Anthony Rizzo, he's 0 for 3 on the night. Zobrist seems like he's taking a pretty big lead, but I can't really tell. Jansen gets the sign. Here's the pitch. Curveball over the plate, swung on and fouled away. And it is still 1-2 to Rizzo, who is really not that impressive. Compared to Kenley Jansen, it's apples and oranges. Kenley Jansen is a badass. No question about that. Here's the pitch. Fastball over the plate, swung on and fouled away. And that was 94 miles an hour directly over the plate. And I don't know if that thing was moving a lot is the only problem, but Rizzo just cannot hit it. And that was 2 of the same thing, and Rizzo can't hit it. So let's hope this one has a little bit of movement. Just give him the inside slider. And Jansen gets the sign from Grandal. Here's the pitch. Swung on it and it's fouled away. And it's 1-2. And I just can't believe Zobrist is at second that easily. But all it takes is a couple of mistakes. And in the top of the ninth, of all the times to do it. And Jansen takes his foot off the mound. And it takes his time, and now he's calling time again. And I think he's having some communication problems with Grandal, and now they're having a meeting at the mound. And Grandal, you should probably just do everything that he wants to do. And I think Jansen was frustrated. He was like, dude, stop giving me those numbers. I'm going to do what I want to do. And then Grandal's like, yeah, totally, man. I don't know what I was thinking. And then he goes back to and gets behind the plate. Because that's Kenley Jansen. What are you going to say? 1-2. Here's the pitch. Fastball over the plate, swung on and fouled away again. And this has been quite a battle. And Anthony Rizzo, not very impressive, but pretty good at just hanging in there. Nothing outstanding, but he can definitely, put up a little bit of a fight. It's 1-2. Zobrist is at second. Kenley Jansen gets the sign, looking like a badass. Looks back at Zobrist. Here's the pitch. Swung on, and that's going to be a base hit. That's going to be hit to the left field, but shallow left field, and now Zobrist is at third. So now all of a sudden, the Cubs have runners on first and third base with one out. And after a pretty lengthy at-bat, Rizzo just put the bat on the ball and just hit a base hit to shallow left field. And now Rizzo is at first. And who's this guy? Number 9. Coming in for the Cubs. And this is all of a sudden getting kind of interesting. Javier Baez. He's 0 for 3 on the night. Batting .266. Not impressive. None of these Cubs are impressive. There's a bunch of guys batting like .250. Well, what's that record all about? Here's the pitch. Over the plate. Huge swing. Fouled away. And this guy is swinging for the fences also. And that one was fouled away. It's 0-1. And Baez is 0 for 3 on the night. So I'm sure he's feeling very hungry right now. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Nope. Jansen throws it over to first. I guess Rizzo's taking a big lead. And now they're showing Kike Hernandez looking at his feet. And now they're showing Chris Taylor in the dugout. And everyone's just spitting like crazy. And it's 0-1. And it's 0-1. Jansen gets the sign. Grandal sets up outside. Here's the pitch. That's popped up to center field. Deep center field. Bellinger catches it, throws home, and I don't think they're going to get him. So it's going to be 2-1. The Cubs score 1 run in the bottom of the 9th. But luckily there's 2 outs. And that was Baez. That was just hit super deep to center field, but just not quite deep enough. And for a second, I think he thought he had it. But Baez, he looked very frustrated. But everyone's giving him high fives. At least he got 1 run. But that thing was so deep. And here's Kyle Schwarber. He's 2 for 3 on the night with 2 singles. Batting .239, 15 home runs, 36 RBIs. And we just need to get 1 out against Kyle Schwarber. And he's just a little guy. All the fans are on their feet. Actually pretty decent sales. Way inside. And Schwarber, that was some chin music, but on his knees. And I think Jansen purposely did that to get him off the plate, and because Schwarber was a little pissed and stared him down right afterwards. So let's see what happens. Maybe he's a little farther away. And it's 1-0. Jansen throws it over to first. And Rizzo, I guess, continues to be annoying at first, even though he looks slow. Like, he doesn't look like he'd be very fast. And it's 1-0. Here's the pitch. Check swing, dribbler. And that's going to be 3 outs. And Dodgers won. This game's over. Jansen gets the save. And that was a crazy check swing in which the bat hit the ball and ended up looking about like a bunt. And that was amazing. And the game's over. And the Dodgers beat the Cubs and continue to play some pretty good baseball. And way to go, Dodgers. 2-1. Glad we can win the close ones too. Yeah, that was pretty sweet. And then let's see, player of the game, Kenta Maeda, for sure. He went all those innings with no runs. And even in the 7th inning, the last one he pitched, he was looking super badass. So Kenta Maeda, certainly the player of the game. Way to go. And I'm going to project that trades will happen to the NBS, or the NBA. So Devin, you like fantasy football? You know, I only play in one league. And honestly, I don't really care that much. Like, I do it and it's fun, but I'm not really good at it. And I usually just pick quarterbacks a little bit too early. But I have won one year, and I always end up, like, I usually make the playoffs, but I don't take it too seriously. But I would think it's beneficial to do like a mock draft. At least one before you actually do your real draft, like that we're gonna do in like September. So I'm definitely gonna do a mock draft this time, maybe even a couple of them, because the last year we did the draft, they caught me off guard, and I didn't know who was who, and I didn't like my team, and it's in fantasy, it's no fun if you don't like your team, and I don't know what happened last year, but my team just fell apart at the seams. But I still made the playoffs, and I didn't win. Well, you know what? For making the playoff, yeah, do mocks. But yeah, I don't really know what's going on in football. But I just watch it. But yeah, you know what? I don't really remember names that much. But honestly, recently, only because I live in Los Angeles with the NFL, I never had a team that I could actually watch, like actually just watch all their games and be a fan of. So in football especially, I've just always liked certain teams that are kind of spread across. Like, I've always had a soft spot for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I don't know why. I think it's because they're Pirates. And when I was a kid, I always liked the Pirates. So I like the Buccaneers. It just sucks they're so terrible all the time. Call me crazy, I kind of like the Broncos. I hate to admit it. I like the Broncos. They had Shannon Sharp. They had Terrell Davis. And they had John Elway. And it was fun. So I do like the Broncos, though I don't really remember John Elway playing that much. I was maybe a little young. But I do remember Terrell Davis. And let's see, who else do I like? I mean, now I love the Rams. And I've always had a soft spot for the Rams. Not really so much because they're in Los Angeles. But the greatest team on turf. The greatest team on turf that year when they had like Torrey Holt and Marshall Faulk, and they literally would just do this little screen dumping pass to Marshall Faulk, and he would run it for 75 yards. So I've liked the Rams because of them, and it'd be nice if we could get a lot more of that going this year. And I bet you with Gurley they might do that. But yeah, I do like the Rams, but it wasn't because it was related with the Los Angeles. Now I'm just happy that they're good. And let's see, who else do I like? Yeah, I do like football. And I did have Wentz on my team last year in fantasy. I traded for him, or no, I picked him up early in the league. He was just on the bench, or he was a free agent. So I just picked up Wentz. But I didn't really know who he was at that point. He was new, but I had him. And I had Drew Brees on my team. And I started Drew Brees over Carson Wentz like almost a full season last year. And every single time, I'm like, he can't do that again. I would look down at my phone, and Carson Wentz is blowing it up for like 38 points. and Drew Brees was getting like 12. He's like getting like 15, and it was like, what the hell? And then finally, I put Wentz in there, and then he gets hurt, and that was right in playoff time. So Wentz, I definitely saw what he did last year. Anyway, thanks for coming, everybody. Dodgers lost. What can you do? Talk about fantasy football, and I'm definitely gonna get better at it. Thanks for coming, everybody. And if you're new here, make sure you subscribe. Give me 2 tries. Check out Philly 500's videos. Check out Will's videos. And I will see you guys next time.